Watkins Mill Cluster MYP students. My name is Wendy Farmer, and I'm the International Baccalaureate Middle Years Program Coordinator at Montgomery Village Middle School. This video will explain the MYP progress report your students will receive as part of the Watkins Mill Cluster Middle Years program, which includes students in grades 6 through 8 at Neillsville and Montgomery Village, and students 9th and 10th grade at Watkins Mill High School. This video will address the following topics. How will the progress report be distributed? What is the MYP progress report? Where does the MYP data come from? What does the progress report look like? And how do I get more information about the MYP progress report or anything else related to MYP? How will the progress report be distributed? Students will receive their MYP progress reports after the second quarter and near the end of the fourth quarter. Students will be given the progress reports at school and be expected to bring them home to share with their families. What is the MYP progress report? The MYP progress report is a written report that gives students and families an opportunity to see how well students are mastering the MYP criteria. The MYP progress reports differ from MCPS report cards in several important ways. The MCPS report card is distributed after every quarter, and the MYP progress report is distributed after every semester. The MCPS report card measures, was the work turned in on time? Did they follow the instructions for the assessment? Was it formatted correctly? And did they master content, which may include state standards as well as MYP? The MYP progress report measures how well did students master each of the 4 MYP criteria assessed in a particular subject. The MCPS report card, students receive letter grades that are a combination of all factors, and on the MYP progress report, students receive a performance score of 0 through 8 on criteria for each subject area. Students receiving D's and E's on the MCPS report card are considered academically at risk. On the MYP progress report, scores reflect a student's areas of strength and students' areas of growth. Where does the MYP data come from? At the end of every MYP unit, students are given MYP assessments from their teacher, usually something project-based. Each subject group has 4 criteria, and each subject group has grade-specific rubrics based on the MYP standards. Let's take a look at how teachers determine the MYP levels of performance in each criteria. Let's use science as an example. Every MYP course has 4 criteria that should be taught and assessed at least once per semester. Science has criteria A, knowing and understanding, criteria B, inquiring and designing, criteria C, processing and evaluating, and criteria D, reflecting on the impacts of science. A science teacher may assign a project that assesses criteria A and D. Students will receive a rubric that outlines what they must do to have their performance receive a particular score. Because MCPS and MYP scores reflect different things, the scores are recorded separately. MCPS total points may vary. MYP scores are always out of 8 points per criterion. This student scored 6 out of 8 possible points on criteria A and 5 out of a possible 8 points on criteria D. The circled scores go on the MYP progress report. What does the progress report look like? We start with basic student information, name, ID, and grade. The name of the course is in the gray boxes. If it says quarter 1 after the course title, that means your student has the course during the first quarter. If it says S1 after the course title, that means your student has the course during the first semester. Each subject has 4 criteria. You may see more than 4 criteria listed for a course. Some courses do double duty in some MYP schools. This is the score that students receive in a particular criterion. Remember that this score is always out of 8 points. This score is out of 32 points, which is a sum of the score in each of the 4 criteria. So how can I get more information about MYP or the MYP progress report? If you have questions about any of these things, contact your school's MYP coordinator. At Watkins Mill High School, it is Samuel Lee. At Neilsville Middle School, it's Daisy P. And at Montgomery Village Middle School, it's me, Wendy Farmer. Thank you for taking the time to find out more about the MYP progress report.